Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. What the hell is going on with Bitcoin here and the entire crypto market for that matter? But we'll just look at Bitcoin right now. This morning we saw expansion on the 12 hour. We're looking at the 12-hour chart of the Bitcoin index versus the US dollar and spot action. Um, so this morning we saw expansion on the 12-hour. And it was headed downwards. And then it kind of went away throughout the day. And well, I'm going to zoom in on this so we can see what happened. This is where we're at now. It's at 17%. This morning, or today at 5 o'clock, it actually closed right around 10% after having expanded this morning up to like 14%. Um, so like right now, the 17% will change by the morning. So that's what's going on here. And this has been going on since last Thursday. We saw expansion and then contraction below this 10% line here. So it's not giving a clear indication on the 12 hour. That's the problem with this that I'm seeing. Currently, this morning, the stochastic indicator was pointed downwards, and currently, upon this expansion, confirmed expansion, it's pointed upwards. So, what the hell? Let's look at what's gone on in the past. Now, why this is confusing, because in the past, you can see where we've had these thick blue lines. Let's zoom in on the indicator. We kind of had extreme lows and clear expansion, I believe. I don't know. I wasn't, well, I was there, but I don't remember if I was looking at it or not. But we've had extreme lows followed by clear expansion above this line in all these instances, except for right here. So let's go see what happened up here. Yeah, and here we kind of had the same sideways action after this little move here. What did we have here? Okay, it was pointed downward. So, but still, you're missing the action if you're waiting for confirmation on these signals. Where was expansion? See, expansion was right here. Let's zoom in on this. Expansion would have been confirmed maybe here at 0 hours on the Friday the 9th of December. So 0 hours on Friday the 9th of December. You can see up top here, that's after the move already. Let's go to this one. You can see we're barely expanded right there. If you wait for a confirmation of the expansion, and still, that's still barely above the 10% line, and that is on Friday the 30th of December at 1200. Friday the 30th of December at 1200. Stochastic is pointed upwards, and what do we have there? Nothing really. Tiny little green candle. So I'm not sure. Let's go back to this one. What do we got here? This looks like a clear. We probably have confirmed expansion right there. 6th of September, 12 o'clock. 6, let's go to 6th of September, 12 o'clock, pointed downwards. But you can see we're on the candle. We would have, if we're waiting for confirmation, we're getting confirmation as we're plummeting and we're missing the move. And let's see, we're missing the move, and well, we dropped 6% there. So I don't know too much about. I don't know if I'm liking these things. It's like you got to catch it right as it's happening, but as what happened this morning. Be interesting that now it's expanding and it's moving. The stochastic has moved back upwards. So let's see what happens with that. Here on the 1-day chart, now we are barely expanded out of above the 10% line here. But see, this isn't confirmed yet. This could change by close tonight. And stochastic is currently pointed downwards, but that doesn't really mean a lot. We might not even have confirmed expansion here, or if price action moves up during the day, this could turn up. So let's see what's happened in the past with this now. Okay, for instance, let's look right here. Let's zoom in on this. See, this is like right where we're at right now. It's at the line, maybe a little bit above. We don't know where it's going to end up. And if we go to the next day, see, that's there on the 10th. Here on the 11th of January, we have a confirmed expansion. Now, see, this is fortunate because this was a long move. And even if you did catch this here, it still went up quite a bit and continued on for quite a while. But anyway, it still went up 20% there. So let's see what else we got here. How about this one? I'd say maybe confirmed expansion on the 16th Friday of December. Right there, and you can see that red candle. You already missed the move there. So this didn't seem very reliable to me. Here's the 2-day. And see, we're having the same issue on the 2-day here. It's not really expanding. It did, and then it came back down. It's not really going to extreme lows, and it never really was deep into extreme lows, just kind of went below. We are not having clearly defined moves here, and it's because we're consolidating. Now, what I do like the 5-day. The 5-day shows big moves upon expansion. Here, here, even back here on the FTX collapse, big moves upon expansion. The problem is when it's confirmed, we're talking about a 5-day period, and again, often the expansions, the price is moving while expansion or has already moved by the time you're confirming the expansion on this chart. So I think the secret is to anticipate the expansion here on the 5-day chart. So maybe this started on Sunday. So maybe coming up with the next close. Well, that's tomorrow, or the following close. Next couple of closes, I believe. But we'll just have to keep an eye on that one. Anyway, that's what I think about those volatility versus momentum predictions there. Kind of, I mean, you're still kind of taking a chance like we did this morning with the 12 hour. Is this a 12 hour here? And then how much too is this affected by the UK inflation data? Because I was watching it this morning, and upon expansion here and the downward indicator, or the downward indicator on the momentum on the stochastic, we did not get a move. You can see if we go to the 5-minute. The move downward oh, here we are back here. That's why. The move downward didn't really begin until 13:45, and the close was at 12 way back here. So I think it was more on the market, the U.S. market reaction to the UK economic data that really brought us down here. Not so much the close on the indicator itself. So I don't know. Just gotta look at all the data and just make your best judgments yourself. But what I do know is that I am not the BBWP guy or the stochastic indicator guy. I am that crazy triangle guy. So let's get rid of those indicators and look at what we have here as far as triangles go. Take it off of there. This is the 1-day chart. Look at all these triangles we've been making. Excuse the clutter. But I'm leaving my past things on there just because I want to. But kind of ignore all that, and let's look at the most recent. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour. That might help a little bit. Make things a little bit clearer here. There we go. Now, what we have been doing, look at the yellow. Let's get rid of that. Either the white or yellow lines here. This triangle. We had been consolidating. Actually, you know what? The base, we were using the purple base of our parallel channel as a bottom of our triangle and consolidating there. We did bust out here and here and here, kind of widening our triangle. Now, what I see happening often, especially in long periods of consolidation, is that we do consolidate into a triangle like this nice yellow one here, and we get towards the end, and people just can't figure stuff out. We'll have a fake out, fake breakout to the top or to the bottom, and really and usually what happens is we'll have one to the top and to the bottom. And what we're simply doing is widening the triangle. So we had been trading in the yellow triangle. Didn't have enough time to figure stuff out. And then we busted out here. And this red line is the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. And we had a real battle going on right here, testing that to try to make it fail. Um, and anyway, that widened our triangle to this orange and green line here, and this orange line here as our bottom. And so we traded in that for a little bit and then had our dump out this morning, which simply widened the triangle to this green and this dashed green orange line here. And what we will continue to do, I'm most certain, is consolidate more inside this triangle. And why did we widen it? Well, let's zoom out some more and zoom forward. We widened it because this yellow one here would not get us to where we want to go. This orange one here would not get us to where we wanted to go. And now the one that we have created is getting us to where we want to go. And where is that? It's the 13th and 14th of June, where we have the CPI data and the FOMC meeting, which are these two dashed vertical lines right here. So I'm pretty sure, I can almost guarantee you that this action to the top and to the bottom here, that's all we were doing. And if you zoom out, it kind of looks clear that we are consolidating into this triangle to here because people don't know what to do and they're waiting for Jerome Powell and everybody else to tell them what to do. Now, let's not forget, though, too, that June 1st, a week away, a week from now, we got the big debt ceiling crisis to be resolved, hopefully, by then. Now, if you're as old as me, you know that they do this every single freaking time. It's all a joke. It's all a little song and dance for the gullible public and for their friends at the media to have something to talk about, and for their fake negotiations. But anyway, that's June 1st. Apparently, we're going to run out of money. Also, China's going to open up. Now, I misspoke on the previous video, and I did correct that in the comments, and I want to correct it now. Hong Kong is opening up to retail trade, and mainland China is opening up to institutional investors, not retail investors. So anyway, that's June 1st, and that's coming up. All this consolidation, I do know all the consolidation we've been doing for the past 2 months is leading to a big move. And let's see if that consolidation fits in with everything else that we know here. One thing that I don't like, but it's not that big of a deal, is that this price action over here is taking us outside our purple parallel channel that we've been trading in since the FTX collapse in November. You can see. And while we're here, I will point out what we have been doing since November. So what is that? It's like 6 months. We've had consolidation here, followed by a big move upwards. Consolidation, move upwards, consolidation. And so actually we've had this consolidation here, big move upwards, this consolidation here, big move upwards, and now we're in this consolidation here. And our next move is another big move upwards here. to, what is that we're at there? I'd say up here in the $36,000 rate, up here between $34,000 and $38,000 before consolidating further, potentially. We'll have to see what happens when we get there and how everybody feels about everything. Okay, we're on the 4-hour time frame. Let's move to the daily and turn on our Gaussian channel. And you can see how we interact with the Gaussian channel, where we wick through here. This is a good example here. Oh, we had a big, that was COVID right there. Big wick downward and a quick move upwards through it. But anyway, we do move down through the bottom of here and then back up. We do it all the time with the daily right here. And look at that big move upwards there, down, and then big moves through the channel. Back here in 2015, this is what I liked. I think this pattern here is very similar to what we're doing. Look at this big move through the channel right here and then back up. We've had a lot of moves into the channel and back up in the bull run all the way up there. And currently, that's kind of what we're doing here. We got to move through the bottom of the Gaussian channel on the daily. And naturally, I think back up this way would be the natural progression of this move. And where does that take us? You see the red lines here. Let's go to a weekly view. That's our weekly Gaussian channel. The mean band and the top of our weekly Gaussian channel. Let's put this back on auto. And that's where we've been consolidating in this parallel. Do you see these yellow bars here? We've been this bull flag trading in that parallel channel right there, which also is in between the top and the mean band of the Gaussian channel. Staying in this triangle, further consolidation would keep us in that range. We really don't want to fall below the mean band of the Gaussian channel. That would be bad news. The 200 weekly moving average is also somewhere down here in this area for support. And our next move, as I showed you earlier on the daily Gaussian channel, would naturally be up to the top of the daily and the weekly, which are both at the same, relatively the same place right now. And once we break out of the top of the weekly Gaussian channel, we should see a big move upwards. And all this is coming together near our FOMC and CPI data release right here. It's all coming together right here. We should see a big move upwards here. And don't forget that the China thing on June 1st is happening just prior to that. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings us. Sounds like pretty big news to me. I expect a pretty big pump there. Maybe we pump back up here prior to the meeting, and who knows. But why is this probable? Because if you look to the past, it's what we've done all the time. It's how we interact with the Gaussian channel up through here and busts out above in the red zones. Here we didn't stay much in the between the mean band and the top of the channel there. But we did back here and we did back here. particularly here, we made similar moves as we are today. Um, Not as long, but we had a good 4 weekly candles trading inside between the mean band and the top of the channel. And note here that we did wick below the mean band. So if we do happen to wick below the mean band, it's not the end of the world or anything. As long as most of our action is between these two things. Naturally, our next move is upwards with a retest of the top of the channel and onwards and upwards from there. Now, this doesn't look like much, but if you measure from the top of the channel to the top of this candle, that's 30% move. So we got big moves coming. And I think I'll leave it at that. So take from that what you will. Make your own decisions. Don't ever listen to Don't ever put all your faith in what one guy on the internet says, because you know what? There's a lot of indicators out there. A lot of people use different methods to analyze the price action and kind of predict from what we've seen what they think we're going to see. And there are a lot of different methods. None of them work all the time, and none are necessarily better than any others. It's kind of you just getting used to what you know and making your best, trying to make your best decisions, taking in as much data as you can. And nobody can take in all the data. I mean, it's impossible to have all the news at your fingertips and have all the. I mean, nobody has the time for all that. Um, and I do want to go back to these other indicators too and point out something, because in hindsight, using these indicators, see where are we at? That's 5 minute. We don't want to be on a 5 minute. Let's change this to 12 hour, which is what we were on. These oscillators are always changing, and in hindsight, it's easy to say, oh, look, we had expansion here and the oscillator was moving in this direction. But you're talking about an oscillator that's changing over the course of 12 hours. 12 hours from now, while this is barely pointed up, it may go all the way up here and then all the way down here over the course of 12 hours. So it's really hard to make that call when you're in the moment. So you just got to use your best judgment. A lot of times, the price may do one thing because the price is going up. That's why the oscillator does turn up. And then when you look at it months later, it's not really, it's not being, it's not really giving you an honest look of what was happening in the moment. So you got to consider all these things. So good luck to you and good luck to all of us. And I will see you next time. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and see you soon. Thanks.